You remember when I talked about actors and actresses having absolutely zero integrity, and they just take whatever gigs that they want to. They take gigs to obviously advance their careers, and I'm not saying there's something particularly like wrong with that, because we all do that, man. We do what we need, and I guess with my approach is like that's more so me telling that to you guys, because I want you to understand that these guys aren't to be taken serious really on anything they say. Obviously, the nature of the job and what it is they do, being actors, their job is to lie, be someone that they're not. But just the nature of the kind of culture of Hollywood, for sure, like they play ball. So whatever the like mainstream usually is like then with the authoritarian left, they'll take that position and they'll continue to take that position until it's no longer like socially expedient, and then they'll take the opposite position. We've seen that happen before as well. But specifically about tokenization and actors and actresses that take roles of tokenized characters, I've recently taken aim, I'll say, to them, because I think there's a lot of maybe too much emphasis placed on, which not to say that they're rid of the blame, obviously, but directors, producers, people that are doing like the background work, hiring practices, they're to blame when you see something like this. So you comic book guy, live action depictions about to happen, and the character doesn't look, act, or anything like the character that you expect them to be. Often there's these rape swaps and stuff, tokenized characters. But the other part of that is that, yeah, while that may be true in terms of the hiring practices, the actors and actresses aren't like obligated to take these roles. Contractually, maybe in some of them, but you get what I'm saying. They can decline. They decline other roles, but they don't got no dignity, so I don't expect them to do that. But here's a hilarious deal that more so reinforces everything that I said about tokenization and tokenized characters. And that is that these weirdos, including the normies that they attempt to appeal to, that are on Twitter and Instagram all day, they only see legitimacy in classically white characters, right? That's it. Anthony Mackie reaffirms this, and this is a recent sort of, this was put out 2 days ago. By way of Variety, had some sort of powwow with them. And this is what he had to say. When Anthony Mackie first put on the Captain America costume for Marvel Studios' Disney Plus series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he says he literally experienced 1,000 emotions in 1 minute. Oh, look at you. I've worked so long in this business, and I've done so many things that I felt were not appreciated or overlooked, or things that were not considered to be worthy of promotion. And this is like my first promotion. It's almost as if he's echoing the same sentiment that you dickheads that watch my videos, the hate watchers, who act like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about on this topic. These guys only see legitimacy in the classically white characters. This is not a promotion. I did a video specifically saying that. This was a demotion, because what happened is you had to then take the branding of a classically white character instead of keeping your own. See, I have this little deal here. If I can go to me real quick. You guys can kind of see it. I don't know, I'm going to put it somewhere. But what it is it's a Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America Falcon deal, right? And obviously this is a cover from back in the Gap, and it's Falcon being Falcon. Now, is he alongside Captain America? Of course. But it's not Captain Falcon. It's Captain America and the Falcon. Because he was his own character. His own original character. And there was nothing wrong with it. But remember, you guys don't see legitimacy in black characters. Not even the actors clearly do. Because you think filling the role, and I know, mantle. No, shut the fuck up. We know who Captain America is, Steve Rogers, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I care about the other people. Well, this person's held the shield for like 2 issues. We know who Captain America is. When Falcon became Captain America, that was a demotion because he's no longer an original character. He's wearing the branding. He's filling the shoes. He's wearing the suit. Basically, though keeping his wings, it's the branding of Captain America. Falcon, there was no problem with him. But these are the types of losers, like the Anthony Mackies of the world, who probably would disagree with me when he say that. I'm just going by what your positions are on this. He said this is his first promotion, as if playing Falcon wasn't enough. Although Mackie says he always wanted to be in a comic book movie, he didn't ever consider that he would take on the mantle of one of Marvel's most iconic superheroes. But that's not what you're doing, because that's sloppy seconds. You know what I mean? Like, you were already one of Marvel's most iconic superheroes, one of the original black characters for Marvel that didn't have black tied to their name. That was just Falcon. And for the record, there's going to be probably some nerd. There's a Falcon. There's a Falcon back in the 60s. And Falcon had zero connection to this Falcon. They had a name, but he wasn't based off of that character. Nonetheless, continuing on, the idea of being Captain America was something that I would never fathom. Or because it was so far-fetched, he says. I wanted to go to be in a comic book movie so I could be the guy in Spider-Man that goes as Spider-Man. That was as far as his ambition would take him. Like his character Sam Wilson, who initially declines to become Captain America on the show. Mackie says that those limitations on his own ambitions were connected directly to, oh my God, here we go, guys, to his experience as a black man in the United States. The fear of representing a country who doesn't represent you, was something that's not only unfathomable, but hard to overcome. My dad always used to say greatness is as far as you can see it. There are limitations that we place on ourselves because of our surroundings. And I did that to myself, and that's definitely what Sam Wilson goes through. Again, he's talking as if there was something wrong with him before. And this sucker didn't seem to say, all right, hey, how about we do like maybe a Falcon show, which you just did, and we focus on the development of my original black character that I'm already playing. Of course, he didn't do that shit. So getting to wear the costume, hold the shield, and call himself Captain America as Wilson does in the Marvel comics. By the way, that is a recent phenomenon. Sam Wilson's Captain America, one of the worst things that ever happened in modern comic books. It shouldn't have ever happened because, again, it was a demotion. That's a more recent phenomenon. In fact, I would have to. I don't know when Anthony Mackie actually first appeared as Falcon, but it may have been before that shit even happened. You know what I mean? I would have to see what the date was. It's close, nonetheless. That is a very, very recent phenomenon with Sam Wilson being Captain America, which, again, should not have happened. Having, if not one of my bucket lists, the bucket list moment happen is not much about becoming Captain America. It's about having my dreams realized. It's very humbling when you get the opportunity to do what you always dreamed of. I'm gonna stop there because there are some other things that they do talk about in this article that we'll maybe save for another segment. This is what how losers think, and unfortunately, this is what plagues this industry. It's a bunch of soft, effeminate black dudes, which Anthony Mackie didn't seem to always be that guy. We were watching something on Friday Night Tights of him having this conversation with Wendy Williams, and he was like, oh, I believe in gender roles, all kinds of stuff. He wasn't seeming to always be like this. But this idea that, your legitimacy rests upon depicting classically white characters is for fucking losers. Unfortunately, it's the position of a lot of weirdos, especially the ones that Disney and so forth are actually trying to appeal to. Fucking weirdos that love tokenization. They love black versions, gay versions, female versions of classically white characters, tokenized versions. So some of those tokenizations happen in the comic books, like we got recently with the Sam Wilson's Captain America, and some of them are decent. She-Hulk, for example, is a tokenized character, obviously being literally named She-Hulk. But she's, to me, the best, I say this all the time, the best handled tokenized character. Nonetheless, tokenized. But what makes it especially insulting, this is why Captain America, and rather the tokenization of the Captain America coming from Falcon was one of the worst things that ever happened in comic books, because we already had a foundation and the character already had a foundation and we had something to reference. And there was nothing wrong with that reference. This reference of being Falcon, one of the original black characters. But that's not what you got. Well, you got it. They just didn't want to develop that. And instead, what can we do? Okay, we're killing off, or rather not, we're getting kind of aside from Steve's cap. But we want to still have a cap for some reason. Why don't we make one of the original black characters a cap? Now, obviously, this didn't last that long in the comic books, but here we are. But I think people need that perspective to understand why exactly that is one of the worst ones. It's because you had an original black, one of the OG original black characters. And you basically said, and what Anthony Mackie is saying, what everybody that promotes this hot garbage is saying, which I believe they've already announced it going into the next Avengers movie, that he's going to be Cap. What you have said, and you have reiterated, is that you only see legitimacy in classically white characters, because it wasn't fucking enough for him to be Falcon. That wasn't enough. That was not enough for you. And even Anthony Mackie saying, well, this is a promotion. So it wasn't enough for you to be Falcon. Instead, you needed to become someone else. But mantle, they'll never understand.